$5,000. Cash payment to anyone who can prove that what lying son of a devil Farronkhan is preaching is consistent with the lessons, supreme wisdom, of Master Fard Muhammad Elijah Muhammad's representation of his teacher Master Fard's teachings.
Alaikum, sisters and brothers. So my Rahim here, National Covenant, Make of 7 Seals. This is Mr. Farronkhan. He reveals that his father is white, Caucasian, Portuguese Jew. There's a link. So it's included in the description. Said his word for it, that's his own words. Here's the link. Like I said, it's also included in the description. That's his father, Reverend Clark. White, Caucasian, Portuguese Jew, which makes Farronkhan a black, Caucasian, Portuguese Jew, a devil, demon, half devil, half man. Okay, brothers and sisters. Again, Suleiman Rahim here, Messenger coming. I said, bro, we have to move up to, brothers and sisters, we have to move up to the next level. Now I'm going to give you this in math. Basic math. Like I've been telling you, everything is mathematics. Everything is mathematics. And so I'm going to show you what I've been telling you is mathematics, a simpler way. But once you get to mathematics, you'll need an angel, but angel gives you details that you, unless you're a super calculator, that you wouldn't be able to calculate on your own. But the spirit of it, once you get to math, the spirit of it is right through. And you won't be blind. See? That's why Muhammad told you Islam is mathematics, mathematics Islam. The angel brings you up to the mathematical level. The devil's on a semi-mathematical level. As far as spatial, just technical, like, they can produce technology, all these type of things like that. That's not spiritual. It's scriptural. You have to move up to the spatial level, to the wisdom level, to understanding level, which they cannot achieve. It's okay, it's going to abundance. And it's going to general. It's a general, I'm not going to a lot of detail, but it's general and it's accurate. You need basic understanding. But I've been telling you in a mathematical way. Now, the background is the universe expands and contracts. Now, the devils, they won't tell you that it contracts. They say, well, the universe, they said the Big Bang. And they say it doesn't really add up because, well, what started the Big Bang? What initiated? It just all of a sudden just a Big Bang out of nowhere. And the universe was the size of an atom. That's what they tell you to go read on your own. And they call it the Big Bang. They said, and you first start spinning. Originally, it was the size of an atom, a little atom, right? Quran says it was the size of Earth. So if you can believe the size of atom, you definitely should be able to believe the size of Earth. And expand. So they said, well, they don't know if it's going to stop expanding. It's going to keep on expanding forever. Well, it can't expand forever because they tell you cannot create, and they tell you. Mathematics. See, that's where the inconsistencies come in from. So if he tell you the math energy cannot create or destroy it, that means it has a limit to why I can expand. We say it can't go into that kind of detail because that starts interrupting the data they gave you, that bad data. We say, oh, it's a cycle. Right? So what went up has to come back down. If it was on top, it must be back on top again. Right? See, you might start thinking that way. And once you're thinking that way, so they say, oh, expand. But they tell you that's impossible. If you cannot create energy, cannot destroy it, and universe is all energy, so that means at the end, at some point, you can't go any further. But they don't tell you that. They won't say that. And they must have to know that logically. But like I said, it's a total war against mind war, and primarily against data. You corrupt data. So your process will be incorrect, your decision will be incorrect in their favor. So they don't tell you that. But the universe does expand and contracts. Because if they tell you, again, that evolution again. See, when they went to church, they had to concede that who was first, so they came with an evolutionary idea that made the first the worst and the last the best. Because where they got it, you start out as amoeba and get more complicated. And like bees, they don't evolve anymore. When you stop evolving them, you stay in the same state that you was forever. So bees been here forever, so it's still bees, so that means they're not evolving. Dogs not evolving, cats not evolving, apes not evolving. That's the definition of animal. They won't tell you that. See? So what's evolving? The last stage that's evolving. Which they say the last stage. They say we was before them. So they're still evolving. See, they evolved, they became white. They're gonna come in something more different, more maybe a AI or something. But we're still black, we're still niggas, and we've been niggas for millions of years. That means we're not evolved anymore. See, they won't tell it to you like that. But that's what their science is telling them, and that's what they see it, and they can't tell it to you like that. It's like you can't tell a dog in dog language you get ready to put to sleep or bite your ass. So you can't you can talk about dog language, you show us a dog woof woof, so they have to tell you, and they do it all the time. I used to watch Sunday talk shows, and wife used to look at me, right? Because I said, don't these niggas know they talked about them? They're talking away, but they talk about you and you don't even know it because you're so interested in NFL and NBA. See, and you can't even spell NBA after that. No, ask them, how do you spell NBA? And they say, oh, I go get my dictionary. It's bad. I'm not blaming us people. That's the situation we're in. Because if you're beating yourself, then you're in a bad situation. And that's what it says, Mark, we're beating ourselves. So the thing is they have to keep you from thinking and make sure that you don't get any proper fact. That's why Master Alma came and said actual facts. Make sure you get these corrupted facts, because your brain's gonna calculate. But make sure that your brain doesn't, because your muscles, they lift, that's what they do. Brains calculate. But you can do something, your muscles get cancer, something where it can't do what it's supposed to do. So to double down, they said, let's give them some crack. Okay, can get some marijuana. See, to corrupt the processing process. See, even if they give good data, they still wouldn't be able to process it. They already proved that the CIA is the one that developed crack and promoted it from the West Coast. They already proved it. You're the target, you don't know it. So in other words, if they can't effectively corrupt the data, they corrupt the process is there. And that's even more effective, because if you get, they can tell you the whole truth, and you're like somebody's retired. Most of us in that condition, doing drugs and just ignorance. And like the brother said, if you want to hide anything from a black person, just put in the book. I found it to be true. You tried it 2 times. So let's move on, brothers and sisters. So anyway, remember, the universe, so it means as the Quran tells us that the earth was in the universe, right? When mention was in the heavens, the earth, but it comes all of a sudden, the only way that statement would be true, earth has to be the center of the universe. So if the earth was center, and the Bible tells you saying it too, if you understand it, then all energy that's used to be here is out there now. That means you get low, energy gets lower and lower and lower. What's that mean to us? What impact does that have on us if the energy levels decrease? Just like right now, say for instance, the water levels on the planet decrease. Well, wasn't enough water for everybody to drink. Be drought. What people do? They be fighting for water. You see? You could predict that. Now we sit around and watching the NFL. As the water gets less and less, it's more violent. Just ain't going that level. So that means energy gets less. It means you need energy for everything. Energy, there's nothing exists for energy. There's no spiritual God, no spirit. Energy is all there is. Everything is some form of energy. Mathematics mathematics is the nature of energy, the language of energy, if you want, right? Might say it that way. That's it. That's all there is. Before I go into that, let me speak a couple things. This dumb shit happened today on this song. You know, it's the age of, well, that age is over. It was the age of demons. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Now, see, they don't do Q&A, but they know that people with them, even maybe they don't know it. But the people with them has to be ignorant and stupid. That's why it says in Thessalonians, they have no love for the truth. Because what that fool said today, and you can do it all the time, all you got one question. One question within them. Just one question. Who is this God you're talking about? Oh, God makes you in the womb. He created everything. He checks you. Hey, okay, didn't you say Master Muhammad is God? Yeah, he's God. Oh, he's the one makes in the womb. Oh, hear anything? He's the one makes in the womb. Because he is, he's my daddy. Obviously, he's busy, that's why I don't see him around. But if he makes them, he got to make the animals in the womb too, right? So how's he doing that? He's sleeping with all these animals and women too? I mean, see, they can't explain that. Can't explain it. Right? And he created everything. What? Make a honor, create a planet with God universe. With the God universe, well, he created. He created us and made a God universe. But then what God universe mean then? Well, he's the God. Yeah, he's the God. Well, again, he created everything. Did he create himself? He was born, right? And he created everybody in the wombs. He used the sperm and the egg. Right? See, so who is this law you talking about? That gives all these gifts, that give us sight, hearing. Did Master Muhammad do that? Who gave him sight and hearing? See, they can't explain that. They can't explain any of that crap. So you say, why people listen to that stuff? Because they're either demons or nation of idiots. You know, a nation of idiots or agents. Because it makes no goddamn sense. You know, even a retarded person say, hey, mister, that boo-boo you talking to, don't add up. I can't make sense of it. Even a retarded person will say, what the hell are you talking about? Who is this God? All you got to ask, who is this God that's doing all this stuff? And that wipes them totally out. It's like having a big castle, right? It's big, man. It covers 10 acres. But it's made of straw and dry wood. And one little cigarette lighter, the whole thing go up in smoke. Just spark. Because that's when they do Q&A. Because if they Q&A, that one question will destroy everything they say. That's the one question. Because who is this? Is Master Muhammad? That's when I give 5,000 or not. If I had $1 million, I'd say $1 million. I don't misrepresent myself. I got $5,000, and I said, I've been saying for years, I keep $5,000. You prove that shit you saying is true. They can't find any scripture that verifies that shit they saying about Farronkhan, but I can find scripture after scripture after scripture that condemns him as being nothing but a fraud, a lie, and shit salesman. All right. So they go to those philosophy stuff. You see what I'm saying? Except it don't make any sense. Oh, God created everything perfect. Then 5 seconds later, we defected. Well, I thought you said everything perfect. Then how did we get defective? And then you're going to blame us for being defective? You made something defective, you're going to blame us for being defective, and burn it up, being defective. What kind of shit is that? And then on top of that, right, he says, God only put good things in the fire. Because you want to purify. Well, I thought you could put all the devils in the fire too. You know, this shit is it's awful. I say, listen to these guys say, well, is this guy fucking retarded or what? But then you go use that word, you goddamn right. Because what's going to happen in a few more days, that word is going to be nothing compared to what you see and what you experience. I'm trying to get you up to speed about what you're about to, unprecedented. When they say unprecedented, mean unprecedented language, unprecedented ideas, unprecedented feelings, unprecedented emotions. Even God. Well, see, let me say this. You know, if somebody's after you, attacking you, if they attack you on an emotional level, you got a better chance to attack you on the mental, on the mathematical level. If they ain't you on the mathematical level, that's like, you know, hey, you see a roach, I don't care how, that roach, she could have diamond rings on his ass. You want to squash it. That's mathematical, that's not emotional, because you don't want the emotion in your goddamn house. But see, emotional is, once your emotion's over, because you get mad at somebody, you beat them up, and now got all the anger. You know, okay, now you might give your buddies after that, because it's emotional. Emotion is like weather. See, it comes and passes. So if we went to war on an emotional level, we done beat enough of them, man. We done got them back. We done got revenge. Hey, we cool brothers after that. But it was on a mathematical level. It's like the war. You got to get rid of them. You call it exterminator. You don't call it the prayer service. You call it exterminator. That's a mathematical. And so that's why the wrath of the God is so unprecedented, because they come at these mathematically, because they had to be, that's why let's say they had to be totally removed, eradicated. There's no question about it. It's not emotional, it's mathematics. So you'd rather have somebody who's emotionally angry at you than mathematically angry at you. But mathematical anger is destruction. There's no room for compromise, talk. It's eradicate. You don't be saying, well, should I get that roach? You don't look so big, it's a baby roach. No. I don't care, it's like 6 feet tall or a size of a molecule. Got to go. Understand that. Anyway, back to this crap on. They said one thing, right, and 5 seconds later, all this is all bullshit. Oh, yeah, handle it with care. All this dumb shit. And why they talking about what's going on in the world today? See, like, you turn on the weather. You want to hear about the weather, right? You don't hear about, hey, who won the last game, who won the NBA, who won the World Cup. You want to know what weather is. So they turn on, and they're supposed to be the watchmen to tell us what's going on. That's what scriptures say. But you go in there, be careful, handle with care. They're going. And that was the greatest frustration. That was the greatest frustration the man had. Aside from the fact that he got all these wars he got to deal with, the greatest was having these goddamn demons. Because he had to deal with them. That's the greatest frustration he had. That's why he said he would destroy. Need you to destroy them. Louis Eugene Brown's NOI back, he said destroy them. Because they're so much more dangerous even the devils are. Okay? I mean, the wolf is dangerous, right? But is he more dangerous as a wolf, or is he more dangerous as a wolf dressed in sheep clothing? Which one is more dangerous? I'll sneak up on your ass. Next thing you know, you end up and don't even know it. You turn the dog, you turn the wolf shit, and you don't even know it. What happened? Who's more dangerous? The hidden enemy or the open enemy? And right now, for the last 50 years or so, we live with the demons. And demons control. I'm going to try to explain that in a minute. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm going to give you a basic understanding here. Those that have some familiarity with this might understand it. It took a long to put these things together, brothers and sisters. I'm always trying to consider the level of thinking, a level of mind that people have. Now, what I'm saying here is, say the energy level is 30. It's still a number out there. Energy level is 30. Right? It's down to 30. We're down to 10,000, whatever. 30 units per day for everybody on the planet. Now, I'm not talking about population, that kind of stuff. All that matters. Population, all that stuff matters. That's a weapon itself. I'm just giving you a general idea. So don't come and say, no, population, all that stuff matters. I'm just saying basically a static population, right? Everybody gets the same amount of energy, right? Okay, so say everybody gets 30 units of energy per day. Now when I got a circle there, I got the inner circle, that's the male. Outer circle, that's female. Okay, original nation, goals. The inner circle represents the male, outer circle represents the female. And each one requires 15 units of energy per day. No, excuse me. Yeah, each one requires 15 units per day, right. You're so confused. So those two together, I'm saying, oh, I put the wrong one there. Yeah, so together, okay, right. Okay, together, right? Okay, you require 15 for yourself, right? And so, and your perfect mate will require 15 too, because, right? Because that's why you have to understand the nature of the female. Let me speak to that for a second too. You see, the nature of the female is very important here. It's always important all the time, because it throws everything off. See, when they tell you the female is subordinate, then this math doesn't work. And it does. And if you understand pressure and physics, it's impossible. Women have female and male came at the same time, and they're opposites. Okay? But the problem they have here now is that the male is more physical, right? She's more beautiful. She's beautiful, right? But physical, that's on the surface. See, beauty can be hidden. See, they're more cunning. So the thing is, in the time of unprecedented trouble, right, or deprivation, so to speak, right? I'm going to get into that in a minute. I'm getting jumping ahead of myself a little bit. But the thing is there be conflicts between the two, but the male is stronger, so you see him beating up on the female. You see it physically. Abuse. If there's conflict, he thinks strength. So he goes to his fists. Right? But she don't think strength. She thinks beauty, and beauty is colors. Right? Not straightforward, it's not black and white. So you don't necessarily see what's happening with it. But she's more conniving. Nothing wrong with being conniving. That's where the female lion is. She's conniving. The male lion just lay here. He can jump on your ass. But her, she slick up on you. She the one that gets the food. See, we had these terms as bad. No, that's her nature. Because conniving, just like killing. You said killing bad? It's not. It's bad. It's bad. No. Yeah, when you kill your enemy, it's not bad, right? So I say conniving in the sense she's conniving when it gets to the point of self-defense. So let me clear it up. When somebody say, "Oh, she's weak and she's conniving," just like we'll kill in self-defense. We're not killers, but her self-defense is conniving because she can't come to you directly because she has a strength. So the thing is that she's just as dangerous as the man is. Just you don't see it coming. So they say, you fell off that ladder. Oh, it was an accident. She done pushed you by the ladder, but when the cops get here, he fell off the ladder. See? Or you've been eating shit for about 10 years. She was putting your food, you don't know it. She laughed at you. Man, honey, this is good. Yeah, sure it is, baby. Or you got a couple of kids running around that don't look like you, but they're yours. You see, I'm just saying a couple of things here. Here's a song, A Thin Line Between Good Love and Hate. It's not a joke. When you better understand that, brother. She's just as powerful as you are. You don't see it because you're so stupid. You want to come with this. If you don't see this, then it ain't happening. That's America's attitude right now. This. She's just as powerful as you are. You just don't see it coming. She can do all kinds of things. In fact, she can do more than you do to her because yours up front. She can just avoid your ass, just run something, but you don't see hers coming. You better understand that she's as powerful as you are. They say a degree above, you better understand what that means. She's as powerful as you are. And she can have vengeance just as much as you get it. She just come out a different way. She can come this way, but you expect her to come this way. She don't come that way, or you think you don't want. Keep that in mind. Okay, let's get back to this. So here it is. Now you got now 30, right? Because you need her. You get 15 from her. He's worth 15, right? Right? And so here it is. You got a balance there. You have to use the 30. You get a balance. What happens is the universe is expanding, so now the energy levels drop down to 20. Oh, now you got conflict. You see? Because you can only have 20, but you can only get 5 from her. And she can only get 5 from you. And the rest, but she's taking 15. You're together. She's taking 15, but she only balance on, she can only get 5 to make it equal out to 20. So the other 10 is negative 10. That means that's your emotions, everything else, her emotions or whatever, right? The conflict between the two. That's the mathematics. Now, this is not exaggerating. That's what it works, brothers and sisters. So you can be together, but it's going to be that's what I'm going to use, turmoil, conflict relationship. It's not going to be a smooth, mellow relationship like it was before. Because now, right, she's worth, right, so you get 20 use energy, but you need 15 for yourself. You only got 5 left. But you got her, she's worth 15. So now you got conflict. Only gonna get 5 of her. I mean, how come you teach me better than that? How come like that? And she got the same idea. Because she want, like you want your hand to move, and don't move like that. Say, what's wrong with my hand, man? I expect to do this. So you expect, and you're not getting it. You understand? Your conflict. So I talked about this before another way, and I think some people misunderstood it. Because I was talking about how our relationship will change when we get home. Okay, understand that. Okay, so what happens? I'm giving general, right? So now you get down to 10. And you need 15. Uh-oh. Right? You need 15. And you're only 10. So you don't have enough fire. You maintain yourself. You have enough energy to maintain yourself. And that's what Dr. Yakub came in. See? Because the balance, because now you got a -5 balance there. I should put that there. Okay, hold on, Josh. Let me put that there because somebody look at this and say, hey. Took me a long time to put it together, Josh. So, I ain't making no excuses. It's got to be right. Mm. Mm. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Mm. Mm. Ah. There you go. There you go. Okay, so we have a -5 situation. Negative bad luck. Negative energy is bad luck. Because you're not positive anymore. You only get 10 units per day, but you need 15 to maintain yourself. So you got to run a deficit. Run a deficit here, right? You get 10 units per day. That's how much energy the planet is getting. Momentous in the heavens and earth, they cut it up sudden, right? And so you're getting that much, everybody's getting that much, but you need more. So that's called energy deprivation. So Dr. Yakub comes in, maintain that balance. Because we're saying here now, like I said, I'm giving you the general. We're saying here is that everybody's like that, right? Then there's conflict with everybody. You conflict with nothing, with everyone. Remember, family, friendship, any kind of interaction, of course. So you got a -5 reaction with everybody. You got a -5 reaction with everyone. Conflict with everybody. And the lower energy gets the conflict get worse. Not enough energy. So you send it to war, cannibalism, not enough. Same thing you have when you have a drought. Not enough energy, not enough food. Okay? And so Dr. Shabazz said, wait, how do we want to maintain that? We want to descend into animalism? But we can't control the fact that's going to happen. Energy levels going to drop. But we control the way we deal with it, quality of it. So, okay, Dr. Yakub come in, right? And what he does is he makes this, and then -5. -5 female, -5 male. See? So 10 is more enough energy for them, because all energy is negative, right? So what happens? But see, they depend, since they're negative, they depend upon the positive. So what happens? See? Okay, now you got balance. The male with male got the female got -5 male, and the male has a -5 female, but since the -5 is controlled, they can't get together. Remember, the negatives living off the positive. That's why I mean. They live off the positive, and by us cementing them, giving down that second energy, you get the balance. See, because we fly 15, we're only getting 10, right? So we give 5 away to them. We submit, or they can take it. We submit, give that 5 to them. That means we're in their control. We're giving them our energy. That maintain a balance of less conflict. Because if we do that, then we conflict with each other. Fight with each other. So let's do it this way. Submit, and now you got a balance there. Okay? So they control it. Now, so males, they got 2 females, and stay raping our female and everything. They ain't letting it happen on the other side. They control. They ain't letting the males, females get together. But the females are living off the males. The old females are living off the males. They're both living off us. But since they're in control, they say they control our women. They ain't gonna let our men control their women. Their women control our men. And I say some of them did, some of them did. Some of these females did. The little thing with the slaves. You understand the problem here, sisters, brothers and sisters? Hope you're getting understanding the math here. So that maintain a balance, a rule, right? A balance, right? Keep everything going. Because if you didn't do it this way, all of us be fighting each other, constantly fighting each other. Because if there was no balance, we couldn't unite. Constant conflicts with us, each other, family, everything. You understand? But with them, we submit to them. It's bad, right? But you maintain a balance. You don't have cannibalism, you have a constant fight, wars, all kinds of stuff. Because we don't want to do that to each other. We don't want to do it to each other. We let them do that to us. Like you might make a sacrifice, something, but you don't want to have your family, but you take the hit. Understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? It's also help the nation. I explain. I'm not going to that. And as a result of that, they produce demons, right? So demons, those demons down there, right? They go on the outside like us. They go on the inside. They -5 too. That's where we destructed. I hope you understand. This is. I'm just giving you the cold math in a general way. You understand? They produce demons. It results in this. Then what happens? They go down, oh, wow. Wow, it's really bad now. So they ain't really raping our women now. It's more of them. They're more oppressive. They're taking more from us. They were taking 5 before, and now they're taking the next 10. Right? That's hard because it got worse and worse and worse. Produce more demons. And devil women, they living off us. But we can't be with them because the male controls it. I hope you understand this, brothers and sisters. Let's move on. And then energy starts increasing again in the 1860s. So what happens there? So in this case, right, you got the males, remember the males, the females on the left side, that's a circle, right, or towel, you know, and the male, that's -5, square, right? They're still raping our women. When I put it this way, what's happening is, say the female. Now the female, look from this point of view, the female, well, she would get with the devil because she can get along with the devil. He's bad, bad news, right? You know what I'm saying? But it keeps, they're the balance of negative energy. There's no negative energy in her life. That person is negative energy. I should say it that way. That person, let me see if I explain it in the same way. In other words, by us submitting, there was no other negative energy in our lives, just them. Negative energy could be other kind of way. It could be like famine, cannibalism, being attacked in war. See? In other words, all it's going to come just from them. Because if we didn't do them, then the negative energy would have been all over the place. It wouldn't be detected. We would know where it's coming from. By personifying it, then we know that the negative energy is coming from. Hope you understand that's a very important principle. By doing this, because if we didn't do this with devils, we had the negative energy, but we know where it's coming from. It'd be all over the place. It could be a disease, it could be war, cannibalism, all kinds of stuff. But this way, it's coming directly from them, so we know we're still getting it, But now we can see it, we know exactly coming from them. And we can monitor it because we know once we come out of it, they will have, we'll know because we know they'll be losing their power. They'll be losing power over us. That's one way to know. Understand that? Okay, let's move on. So in this case right here, a black female might get up with a devil because now her life is okay. It's just she got a problem with dealing with him. He may be abusive and everything else, but she got a nice house. See what I'm saying? Everything, all her life is okay. It's just, may not be mistreating her. It's just she's sick all the time. She got dogs and stuff. So it come all kinds of. Anyway, he's a negative impact on her. So it could be abusive. It could be just disease because he's filthy and nasty, or the type of stuff that the filthy stuff that he does, or whatever. See what I'm saying? The same thing on the south here with the male. Right? He get with a white female, devil female, same thing. Because, hey, man, things are working out for me. I ain't in jail, nothing. And like I said, they may not be beating him. She may keep feeding him poor, stuff that's no good for him. I'm believing in Jesus and everything else. Stuff's no good for him, but no negative energy outside. It's just in that. Understand, hope you understand that principle. Now, they're producing. They have a term for that in the car. Nepalese or something like that there. Anyway, it's original people like Nasr Muhammad, white skin. So now you're producing them. Okay. Let's move on. Then it gets to 20. Now you got a situation here. And this situation we're dealing with right now. Now, the female, she has enough, it's 20 now. Right? Okay. So, she can deal with not hostile, but contentious relationship with a male. 16, she got 5. The negative energy would be 10. Right? Won't be as bad as it was before. Right? But she chooses to be with the devil. Why? Because now that outside ring there shows things are nice for that. That's a success level. So things are working fine. American dream, man. We should live with a devil. And I said, devil could be loving and everything else. But he got dogs. She's sick all the time. She got getting cancer. See what I'm saying? So forth, so on. So you don't have to be abusive directly, but just his lifestyle is abusive. Got eating pork and everything else. Nothing good for her. She don't realize that. And same thing over here on the male side. Same thing. You got him a devil lady. Why? Because, hey, man, everything. I got her. Man, everything's working for me, man. I got me a nice little house. Got me a nice little car. I got me a nice little job. I ain't worried about jail. I ain't homeless. You see what I'm saying? Still producing demons and... Okay, let's look at this a little further. Now it goes up to... Okay, so it's... But what I'm saying is that another thing could happen here too. Instead of choosing the devil, you know, with a demon that looks like them. Same result. Same result. It's just that I got me a black person. You know, hey man, why you mess with my wife? I got me a black person there, but they're a demon. I was married to one. Same result. Same result. Only point is you don't realize it because they got the same natures. Right? So it might not be as dramatic, but it's just as bad. Right? 5 plus 2 is 7. Right? 6 plus 1 is 7. Right? 9 minus 2 is 7. Still 7. So it's still gonna be negative, but it could come in all kinds of ways. Maybe eating bad food, going to church all the time, believing in Jesus crap, whatever. See, still same thing. But you think with somebody like you, I got me a black man, I got me a black woman. You know. Same effect as before. Just, right? Your perception of it. Same as before. Yeah. That's the problem with demons. See? Because you think you got something. I thought I had something. And my form came in, that woman breathed me to death. That's the form energy. I mean, I've never been so greedy in all my life. Nothing. I mean, I was depressed with that woman. I always wanted to commit suicide. That's how it affected me. I was always depressed. Everything else was fine. Lifestyle, I was doing good, had my own business, doing good, with money and everything else. But coming home, boy, woo. Total stress. That's the way it affected me. Right? I wasn't up on demons at the time. I'm up on them now. So then, look at this. See? That's what I'm saying. Same effect. But you don't realize it. That's why it's dangerous to demons. Because you think you got something, and you got something that's hurting you, destroying you. So then, okay, you bounce to a 30. Okay, woo. Okay. And you might still have hold on to a demon. Hold on, that make it back. Let's just up here. Okay, but see, you still go. Hey, man, things even better now. We still got that demon. Oh man, look at me. I got business now, man. I got the money, man. See, but you still not happy. You may be happy, but you may be sick. You understand? You may be happy, but you may be. In other words, it's going to be a negative energy, and it may come in all kinds of ways. It may be sickness, right? Children are negative, whatever. It's going to have a negative effect on you, whether you're conscious of it or not. Tumors, disease, cancer. Move on. Or you can say, hey, get original. Okay? But now you got original, but you ain't got all the other stuff, doesn't whistle anymore. Now you're back to original, right? You got your original woman, original man, whatever. You're back together, see? You're back together now. But not having any bells and whistles. And we look at the devils. You got a picture now. They're in trouble. Because they can't use your energy anymore. Because you got to control your energy. And they can't use it anymore, see? They're in trouble. They can't live. They live off of you. Look at, pay attention carefully now. Only way they consist living off of you. See? Remember, you giving their energy. They're like parasites or mosquitoes. They live off of your blood. So they live off your energy. Or if you look at all these cases, they would live off of you. Okay? They can't live off and say negative. Understand that. So now at this point, you ain't giving your energy anymore. You're sharing your energy between you and your spouse. And it's a balance there. So now you're getting along. And now they're out in the cold. So they're going to try to take energy from you because they have no choice. They're going to force you. You ain't submitting. You don't have to submit anymore. You might be submitting, giving you energy, but if you're doing that, then you got friction between you and your spouse again. Because you probably share energy between you and her. Or her and her. Both, I said you and her, like I'm talking to males, right? You and him. You see female out there. You see what I'm saying? So you put shit, but you don't know that, so maybe you're still giving it, you still work for them and everything else. Therefore now, you still got a negative situation going between you and your spouse. Because you're supposed to share energy between you, both to control it, and you're still giving it energy to them. Because they're going to demand it. And when you stop doing it, they're going to force it. They're going to force it. That's when they're going to attack us. I'm just showing you the mathematics of it. That's the mathematics behind what I've been telling you. They want to attack you. Because they live off us. They have no choice. They're That's why they had nothing to say was here. That's what makes it so powerful. Rich live off of us. You understand? Still producing demons, and I've got the name they use this in our. And what happens? Now it goes up to 20, 40. Oh, now, look, now you start having bells and whistles. You're getting along with each other. That's unless you give your energy to the devils. Now you got all the nice things going for you. Right? Now you got enough energy for you and that person, spouse, if you share with each other. And now you got other things too, adding to it. See? But at the same time, the demons are going away. They're losing power. The devils, they get more vicious because they're starving. They can't. They're eating each other. They can't. They live. They can't live off of you because unless you're doing it yourself, you're giving your energy. And if you're doing that, if you are giving your energy, then now you got conflict between you and your spouse because you're supposed to be giving energy between you and them. Energy share between you two. I'm not sure in that detail, but you understand what I'm saying? Because right now, you got 40, and you share between you two, and then you got 10 extra. But if you get energy, 10 energy to the devils, see what I'm saying? Then you got conflict. Well, you don't have conflict between your spouse, but you don't have any bells and whistles either because you give it to them. You give your money to them. So they got the bells and whistles living off of you. But if you give them more than that, right? If you give them 10, okay, then you still got a balanced relationship between your spouse. But if you're giving 20, now you got friction between the two of us, right? Because now you don't have 30, you only got 20 between you and spouse, and you would be 30 because you share with each other. You understand the principle here, brothers and sisters? I hope I try to make it simple as possible. I thought all kinds of ways to deliver this. I said, this is about the simplest way I could think of. See, now it's now it's up to 50. I didn't put it 50. Let me show it. Hold on, boss. Am I going to say a second here? Oh, right there. I didn't have one there. 30. Well, that's 40. All right, but let's keep it at 50. Okay, so it's up to 50. Now you got all more energy, all the other things you control. Maybe bring your nation together, maybe start getting along with each other, whatever. See what I'm saying? Because now you got more energy for other things. But that was it. They're starving. Because you're not submitting them anymore. You don't have to, unless you're still doing that. They're living off of you. That means you're beating yourself now. They only can live because it said they had no control of you anymore. So if you beat yourself, that means you work for them. If you beat yourself, then you help your enemy, right? That means you're giving energy to the enemy. That's what we're trying to tell you in the background. And that's what we're trying to save our people from, because right now, the devils have no power anymore. If you just stop, they starve to death. They can't live off you anymore. That's why Trump, I'm trying to take everything, because America's in trouble. That's why I had to stop Elijah. Hey man, if they won't live off us anymore. We can't live off them anymore. See, because Elijah, they couldn't live off you. But just think about it. You weren't paying rent to them anymore. You weren't shopping in stores anymore. Just look on that level. When you at banks anymore. You see what I'm saying? That's just on this basic level. So boss, no, we gonna start work with them now. They got everything. We don't need no stores, we don't need no banks. See what I'm saying? Get energy back to them. Because they tell you, they says black folks spend most of their money to devils. They don't keep it amongst, they don't spend it amongst themselves. Just think about that. It's on a basic level. They're telling you we give all our energy, all our money, and everything to them. We don't shop with ourselves and everything. We don't keep it amongst ourselves. Like Muhammad had you keep it among yourself. Look what he's able to do. That's on a simple level like that. They're living off us. And once you, Farronkhan have you saying Scientology, all this bullshit Sunnism, he hasn't stopped doing that. He's living off you too. He's a multi-millionaire. He hasn't produced a goddamn thing in 40-some years. He's a demon. The demon and devils live off you. Without you, they die. They was made to live off for you for 1,000 years, 6,000 years, and dark problems the last 1,000 years. Once you got energy, you got a torch. They can't live off of you anymore, and they can't live off themselves. Parasites can't live off themselves. You understand that? They don't want you to know that. Okay, I hope you understand that, brothers and sisters. This we capped on the season, then I'm gonna let it go. Now, I talk about the seasons. I had a little note here. The thing is, all this stuff is clear in the scriptures, brothers and sisters. That's why I told you the philosophy and stuff, because if you just go in scriptures, all this stuff is totally clear. Who Farronkhan is. Just look up Aaron, look up Exodus. It's all perfectly clear. Oh, I don't know, but I'm not going to look that one today. Okay. The season, like I said, there's all kinds of seasons, brothers. There's another season, yearly season, not the force you know about, but just a season of development. That's why children are born, and that's 9 months. There's a 50-week season, 10 weeks. Every 10 weeks, you go through a different phase in your life. And you can see it when the child is born because they go through a phase at 9 months, right? Normally. I'm not going to say it right now. I think I'll talk about it in the past. Maybe I'll talk about it again. But these patterns, it's mathematics. Right? And we're totally in tune and sync with that. The devil's ain't. Animals not totally in sync. They're in sync to a degree. It's like flowers. Like a daffodil is only in sync for one season. What, 2 seasons? It's not totally in sync for the whole. See, everything's not totally sync. We're totally sync in the universe. That means make our own cream of planets, God universe. Because we totally sync with all phases of the universe, all phases. So no one else, the devil's not only has 6,000 years. So what I'm pointing out here is this. Try to make it simple as possible. As I was telling you just now about how the cycles, which phase about energy, right? The same thing applies because our greatest enemy at first, right? Total energy deprivation, right? Because they've lived off us for 500 years, 40 years. And then 1860s, we started coming out, right? And that's demons came in. That was their season. They look like us. They know of us too. See, that's the demon season. Demon season came in there, and that's so first you had the devils, then you got the demons. Farronkhan lead many demons. If you watch that Predator, just told you, yeah, first you had the devils, right? Then you had the devils. They live, both of them live off us. Okay? Well, it's hard and hard to do it after the 1860s. So they had to be more clandestine about it, right? The demons. Because I explained to you before, I says, once we were in the fields anymore, the demons went to Daddy. Daddy, what we going to do? Because, see, Daddy was living off of us. We was in the fields, busting our ass, working, giving all that energy. So it's a symbiotic relationship. We was out in the field getting corn and potatoes and tomatoes and all that stuff with them, right? Eat it, they turned into shit and they gave us shit to eat. Don't tell me that. The scriptures tell you. I'll get the scripture for you. Scripture says they would have us eating shit. Human shit. Which ain't shit as is. I mean, our stuff is right there. They just took the S off, put a C there, and you still confused about it? It's eating shit. That's where they got cow chips. You know, you ever see a cow chip? That's where they got idea chip from. Oh, we got potato chips, everything. Even potato chips, that comes from cow chips. Because your mother, nigga, shot. Give that cow chip over there. That's all you had to eat. When we had that, he was hungry. They had down in the field. Eat that cow chip. That's why we got to the point putting all kinds of anything we could put on to try to eat it. Because, you know, they get past the cast of taste. Well, they had worse than that. If they had a nigga that was, they had to torture and burn up and everything else, who do you think they fed him to? These sick people. This is what went on. See? So we out there doing it, and we get Massa, and Massa hit his children, because his children was the house niggas. He let them work in the house. You saw the movie Django. What was that guy's name? He thought he see himself as being a nigga. He's probably DiCaprio his brother, the way he acted and everything else. Because he's Massa's child too. They worked in the house. Because it was Massa's children. He figured he could trust them. And so once we weren't in the field anymore, Dad, what are we gonna do? Because Massa was getting the crumbs from his table. They got fed almost as good as the dogs did. What are we gonna do, man? What are we gonna do, Daddy? Well, you can live off of them. We gonna live off of us? You say, we've been living off of them, you live off of them. They're your preachers. Oh, you love America, stay here. Why Farronkhan, he don't want you to leave? Isn't that what Legion says? Please don't make me leave the country. Because he starves to death we leave. If we leave, Farronkhan starves to death. He can't live off the devils. That means we ain't going nowhere. We got to stay in America. I love America. I like it here. Why? After all they've done to our people here, why you want to forgive them, have mercy on them? Because you wanted them. You ain't understand from the math. I'm going to tell you the math, but it's not philosophy. So these preachers, they don't produce a goddamn thing, or they come out and throw a little thing. We have a little food bank together or something. Right? It's living off for black folks. Telling you love white folks, so it's just imaginary Jesus they made up. Because they're the demons. That's who you're attacking you right now. The devil's had you first, and that demon's got you. That's say Son of Man had to come and take the demons out. Once the demons out, then you came together. But that's what's keeping you confused right now, keeping you all discombobulated. Demons. You understand, brother and sister? He's a chief demon. They tell you the name of the the last person that lead America, Trump. It's right there. Not trumpet, Trump. They say Trump. They gave the name of Elijah, the messenger who prepared the way. They gave the name of the chief demon, Legion, Louis Eugene Grounds, NOI backwards. He can argue about that jail he went to. That's his mother's name was Sarah Mae Grounds. And his father was not Walcott. Look at the link I gave you. They give you, that's it, is you can't go wrong. All you gotta do is pay attention to scriptures. So those people are going wrong because they love not truth and they demons, agents of this total is either way we don't want them. Understand, brothers and sisters? See? That's the pattern. Okay? Once we, and everybody else is living off us. So devils first, then the demons. Then we got the jinn. They're all living off of us. All of them. I just showed the devil and the demons. All of them living off of us. We got to take our energy back. Make our own queen of planets, God of the universe. That shit they do. Oh, God made us in the womb. Ain't nobody made you in the womb. No, God made me in the womb. If he did, he get the fuck out of my way. I didn't ask you to make me anyway. So you're going to tell me what's what? I didn't ask you to be here. You can put me in hell because I don't listen to your bullshit. Can you imagine that? And then what we're supposed to be rational and supposed to use the brain we got. Well, if you believe that shit, then he gave you a fucked up brain to begin with, didn't he? He made you. You're defective. Then they're going to blame you for being defective. If that's the God we got to deal with, boy, who? Please, Jesus, save my ass. Something, I don't know, anybody, Jesus, Hindu, Shiva, somebody. Because we're in trouble. See that? Because that's that fear factor they put in you. Because they know you've been on an extreme hard course. And the point is, most people, devils can't handle a little bit bad luck. And we handle hard course. And see, they look at us the way they think. And so they had to give us all this fear factor. Hey, you kill yourself, you're going to hell. You was already in hell. So they tell you there's a place worse than this, so okay, that it was worse. They get some water with piss in it. They said, if you don't drink that, I'm gonna get some water with shit in it. Well, you're gonna drink the water with piss in it. Right? You don't want to drink water with shit in it. That's all it's all about. To keep you in this field, keep you working, because they need to live off of you. If you die, or whatever, then they can't live off of you anymore. That's what it's all about. If you understand what I showed you, that's y'all, they live off us. Once could stop living for us and things start going bad for them. So they got to start, America's been at war constantly, taking, why they got so much, why they take from other people? Because they losing control. They lose control of us. And once this economy collapses, and you realize that the American dream is gone, and you start working together, that's their end. Because they can't use energy anymore, and they collapse immediately. And you come, why do they collapse at the same time you come together? Why is it simultaneous? Because your unity is their destruction. Because they can't live off you anymore. And this is this here. I know people don't understand this stuff. It takes probably 24,000 years for the axis to make a complete turn, and that's why they make history every 24,000 years. And so we've come to the worst 6,000 years, and now, right? Now we're going to, because we're under demons for the last 100 years. We're under devils the last 100 years. We're under demons the last 50 years. We're under demons for the last 50 years. Devils for the last 100 years. Under demons, Farronkhan, he's the lead demon, been the lead the last 50 years. But devils for 5 years, and demons the last 50 years. That's where we've been. And that's why Swim had to destroy. Master Muhammad together, they destroy the demons. Then you come out and you go home. Now you got to fight the jinn. Take your land back. Remember, these not offensive wars, brothers and sisters. These defensive wars, because they're trying to stop us from taking back what belongs to us. That's defensive. They're the aggressors. Let's claim what belongs to us. Make our own of creative planet, God and universe. And we're not gonna put our women back on a stool, on a pedestal. They're gonna put themselves back on the pedestal. We're just gonna acknowledge it. We have to put them up there because they're equal to us. And if you don't recognize it, then your ass could be in trouble. I'm trying to get you to understand what you're about to hear, but most of you don't understand about these females. You got this bad idea, and you're gonna mess around and turn out to be dog shit. Mess with them, think that you think you know what you're doing. I'm telling you, I'm warning you, they're equal to us, and they will come after you in a way that you won't see it coming, especially once you have more energy. It's just you don't see it because all you do is this. Just powerful you are. And I don't like to respect a lot of stuff. My wife is like, what are you talking about? I'm smart enough to keep a damn mouth shut and listen. You have to go sleep, don't I? Oh, we've been messed up. That data, that mind they gave us. Women, if we put them up on the pedestal, that means they depend on us to be there. No, it's our job to give security. It's their job, right, to give us beauty. And they're our heaven. And we're the protection, the security. Hand in hand. But we ain't been doing our part, but we expect them to do their part. That's that dumb. See, muscles don't have no goddamn brains. Muscles don't have brains, but beauty does. And believe me, they're smarter than us. Yeah, they are. Now, I can't tell you that the science of women. I can't tell you that. I don't know. I don't know. I can see why not. But maybe. They do producers, don't they? I'm leaving it there now. Let's move on. You see, these are here. The winter season. It's beautiful when you think about it. Winters, everything is white. They're white. You say they claim they're white. They're cold. Icy. Hailstorms. Fighting all the time, everything else. They're in nature. That's why I mean by personification. They're personification of the winter. And when you deal with them, right, then that's what you're dealing with. But spring comes in. See? Spring destroys winter. So the winter going to do everything it can to stop spring coming in. But see, we're not spring people. We're summer people. So Farronkhan's trying to hold, he's a winter press. Why he said, I want to stay here, keep here. His idea to keep here because they're living off us. But see, then he's half spring and half winter. On his father's side, that makes a demon. On his father's side's nature is winter, but his appearance is spring. Okay? That's how my appearance is spring, is winter, right? But his nature is summer. So he's a transition between he'll rule for the next 6,000 years, where he lied in Muhammad told us. But we're summer people. But we like the spring, but we love the summer. It says he will rule with a rod of iron, ruling nations. That means the Shia will be the rulers in the next 6,000 years. But we had a problem with that, because we're brothers. And we get along fine with them. It'd be paradise for us. Spring level paradise. But damn, wait till you get to summer level paradise. Whoa, whoa. And you see it right there. That's why for Master Muhammad, he's got the appearance. He's transition God. Legion is half because he's trying to keep us into this winter. That's his job. try to keep us out of spring. See here it is? And the winter, right? That's what we suffer. This hell. They try to tell you hell is a place you go after you die. No, we're in hell right now. But then I want you to recognize hell because that means you rebel. They want to live off you. They want you to die. They don't want a horse that rebels. They want a horse that's broken. They broke us. So now they can work. You can't work with a horse or a mule or a bull or anything. It's wild. Right? So they had to break us. It took 64 years to do it. So now we're docile slaves. But if you take a lion, you take even a horse. You leave it out in the pasture long enough, and you and Bob would have to go back. Wow, he go back to his nature again. You understand, brothers and sisters? That's what's going on. They got to make sure that don't happen. Because Elijah Muhammad was trying to get you back to your nature again, and Farronkhan and Wallace said, "Oh." Their job was to come back and say, "No, keep them docile, keep them broken." Just like your name, for instance. Now they hide his. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. This guy was talking about how his devils talking about all the history they hide from us. Even the devil's talking. But when you walk around with their name and stuff like that, what you're saying? Their name, their religion, everything else, you know what you're saying? You're saying we ain't shit. If you're an original person, you're saying we ain't shit. Our nature, because remember, that's reflection of their nature. You say their nature is better than ours. Their names is better than ours, their religion, all that. You're saying we ain't shit. Do you realize that's what you're saying? Because you don't see them walking around with your names. You're saying the devil named Umbawa, Google, whatever, how his names are. I'm hoping that's anything wrong here. With their religion, they don't want that shit. That's to them is shit. But we walk around with theirs. And you're saying we ain't shit. Our ancestors ain't shit. And that's what they're saying, so we agree with them. So they treat you like shit. You should be upset when they treat you like shit when you already saying you ain't shit. And they said spring, you're going to rule during the spring. They rule during the winter. Then it passes on summer, Dr. Shabazz. Child will rule, take rulership from there. It's a perfect match. That's why he's half and half summer, half winter. Because he's a transition God between the two. He had to know both. He had to be winter to even come here to talk to us. And you got this transition trying to keep us here. He looked like us, but he's winter. He's all winter. He attack anything to try to destroy the winter. And this is why this hell, well, this ain't hell, what is it? That's what we do, right? But this is what we'll be over here when the spring comes in. They don't want that. It's simple, brothers. It's simple math. And it finally gets. They're trying to pull us into the spring. I'm trying to pull you back into the winter. We ain't going nowhere. Right? See what he's saying. Okay, I think we'll leave it here, brothers and sisters. Well, let me check something now. Let's see how much I want to talk about this. Let me have brothers and sisters. You brothers and sisters, time of demons was almost over. The destruction will take place through this war that's going on right now. The excess. You'll be destroyed. Arabs and followed. Watch wars going on. That's what's happening now anyway. People turn away from him, start to recognize him. Time of demons. They gave that story about the chaff and the wheat. They tried to distort the story today. The story is very simple. You had the wheat, that's us. And just break the story down. There's somebody, an enemy, said enemy to tell you something. There's an enemy that would take, and how would they attack us? With their seed, how would they do that? Well, the seed is the male. That means they had to rape our women, their enemy. So that's what said. They raped our women, they left their seed amongst our seed, chaff and wheat together. I mean, that story is very simple, brothers and sisters. They look alike. It was causing all kinds of havoc amongst our community. That's these gangsters, these drug dealers, right? Murderers and all that kind of stuff. That's them, that's not us. If you read the story of Balaam and Balak, I meant to go over that again. That's what that story is about. They take and corrupt us so God would hate us because we were so corrupt. That's the whole idea with Farronkhan's Scientology and all this bullshit. Sunnism. Sunnism is the golden calf. I already proved it. To make us so corrupt and distorted that God would reject us. And he's in favor of the demons who look like us that might, that's their, they wouldn't have to work. That's one of their plans. So the wrath of God is primarily because, I'm going to say this again, hope you understand, brothers and sisters. So I'm going to talk a lot loud before maybe. When I say mind is just data, they try to talk about mind again today. They got to distort the idea between mind and brain, because if you understand the difference, then you might just, right? It's like, the man, God doctor, you got cancer. Right? But he don't tell you that you just got cancer in your foot. That's going to spread the whole body. You just got, oh, now you worry, man. Oh. But if you know that the cancer in your foot, then you might not like it, but you amputate your damn foot. So now you feel cancer. But if you leave it there, you're going to spread the whole body. So that's why they don't want you to know the difference between the distinction between the mind and the brain, because you think that mind you got, that you acting on, is part of your nature. No. You acting on that because that's a bad data they gave you, so you acting badly because you got bad data. That had nothing to do with your nature. That's the way you acted because the data is bad. That's not your nature. But they tell you that's your nature. So it's fair comments to accuse you, hey, see how you're wicked, you're evil, and everything else. See what I'm saying? No, you operate on bad data. That's what the Bible tells you. We operate on bad data. But he said, no. So you act, so he tells you, no, that's your nature. That's why I can conflate the two things together. So you can say, I see how they act, and you can't blame, then you can't blame the devils for doing it because see, it's that nature. They're doing that. They're corrupt. They're wicked. You understand, brothers and sisters? And that's why I keep telling people you just can't. That's what it weapons. And if you go and keep saying that stuff, then you shoot yourself. You understand? You're using your own weapon against yourself. No. Once you understand the difference between mind and brain, you know, the mind, that's why you got to get a new one. Then say, they tell you that instrumental will come operate on you, do brain surgery. Right? So once you understand the difference, that means you can just move one and like putting on clothes. Hey man, your clothes are stinking. Oh, it's your clothes. Man, you stinking, so you don't tell you the clothes, right? You stinking. But once you realize your clothes is cold, you just move the clothes. But if you just think the stink is you, then man, is the bath good enough, man? Or do I need to take some kind of laxative or something? You see what I'm saying? Once you understand it's the clothes, of course, you stink, you just get rid of the clothes. And so if you understand that data is, that's what data is, and you realize that all the stuff they give you, this whole reality is their data. And you reject it all. And they can't have you do that because then all of a sudden they can't control you anymore. No, they can't live off you anymore. That's why it be distinct. And anybody keep confusing that, they're going to be gone because they are a good enemy. If you keep confusing that, when it's so simple, then you got to go. You got to go. Because I told you, mind war. And you can't shoot the enemy if everybody wearing the same uniforms on, right? You don't know who the hell to shoot. You're shooting yourself. That's why you got to know, identify enemy specifically to know what to shoot. And the enemy is the mind that they gave you, but if you confuse it with the brain, then hell, then you got to blow your goddamn brains out too. You need brain surgery, don't you? See how stupid that is? That clown right there, demon. You got proof, got his own mouth. Understand, brothers and sisters? That's what's happening here. So they give you this false mind. It's really still Bible mind. That mind was appropriate. That mind was appropriate for the winner. Let's go back to the point I was making. Remember I told us to submit. Now by submitting, right, we're giving our energy. So that was the negative. That balanced, that eliminated all the other negative aspects that it came from. It was really bad. But say the jinn, they said, no, we ain't going to do it, right? So the conflict between them was constant confrontation, constant fighting. And not only that, but fighting amongst themselves. Why you got Sunnism, Shiism, Wahhabism, whatever. See what I'm saying? Because that negative energy came in that form. Fighting against themselves, disunity amongst themselves. All kinds of sex and everything else. Fighting, constantly fighting. We didn't want that for ourselves. The other African nations that didn't submit, look, it wasn't broke up in all those different countries. But that was broke up in all those different countries. All the different countries did not exist before 5 years ago. In fact, at one point, it was just, if you use Egypt terminology, it was Upper Egypt, Lower Egypt. People don't realize Sudan, they got pyramids in Sudan. They don't tell you that. Because they got to keep you thinking that it's all Egypt, because then Egypt was white and all that kind of stuff. Because it's hard to say that Sudan was white, because everybody in Sudan is totally black. But if you look it up, they got pyramids, same kind of pyramids in Sudan they got in Egypt. People know that kind of stuff. Because they make sure your data is totally corrupt, and as insurance, they give drugs and everything else to make sure get your brain corrupt. So even if you get proper data, you can't calculate it. Do you know one of the reasons they legalized marijuana because they found that marijuana was giving strokes amongst black people, especially black males? Yeah. They knew that's new, wherever, something they put in or wherever, new marijuana, giving strokes. That's why they legalized it. And it's vaping, same thing. They leave all this stuff, and they pushing it. Because Elijah Muhammad, the appearance of Master Muhammad, started giving you real facts. Started challenging that data they gave you. And when you challenge the data, the one that you're going to side with is the data that conforms with your nature. It's, right? If they give you all kinds of ice creams, the one that you're going to side with is one that ate, the one that tastes good, the one you like. It's got a lot of ice cream. You got ice like vanilla. That's the only one you eat. But if you don't know, unless there's a fear factor and they force you to accept certain stuff. Understand, brothers and sisters? That's what's going on here. This clown here. Now all of a sudden he knows about the one in heaven. Or Elijah told him a goddamn thing, not that anyway. But tell him Elijah told you to be his worst hypocrite. Tell him about that part. Now I'm gonna close out here, brothers and sisters. He's son of a devil. He's no goddamn good. He's a shit eater, shit salesman. So goddamn fanny, no damn good. Damn Khadijah, mother idiots. She's a mother of nature, isn't She's a bitch like him. He's a bastard. She's a bitch. She lived off Nation Islam. Remember, she's living off us, just like he was. Living off our brothers and sisters who worked their ass off. I'm going to use that terminology under Elijah Muhammad to build all that, and they took it and took all the money and ran and left us with nothing. I was there. This clown here too. Tell me how he rich and everything. Yeah, he got rich. Steal from the Nation of Islam. Steal from his brothers and sisters. That's why he got cursed. Robbing the nation. Who else was there talking about doing that? So I understand, brothers and sisters, to wrap up. Try to get the math of the energy relates in a general way. And why Master Dr. Shabazz chose the method he did. Right? But now we're coming out of it. And why a decision was made. Why some people chose this world's life because, hey, they married the devil. Yeah, right. But now everything's working out for them. It's hard to argue against that. They may not realize they're getting tumors and cancer and all that stuff from it. But hey, I mean, I got me a nice house. I got me a nice place. I'm doing good. See, American dream. But they corrupt themselves. They don't realize it. Part of it is because niggas like that and him blocking the truth, blocking the facts. But anyway, his days are numbered. His war's heating up. The father serves at the boiling point. I don't know the exact time and date. I know it's close. Real close. And basically saying that Trump claims he's going to go all in this weekend. If he goes all in this weekend, then I'm pretty sure that this weekend is it. Right? That means when all hell breaks loose, and how long that will last, a week or whatever, because we know he's got to go down before the war's over. He's going down now. He's already in trouble. He's in more trouble than you realize, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum. What a pathetic dog. Shit-eating dog. He said, God told him, shut up, why are you still talking? Regardless anyway, Farronkhan.
So Shabazz was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make a people close to nature. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this is the origin of kinky hair, because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight, the hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrow straight, your hair something different. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? That's why you so busy frying it. That's why you so busy pulling it. Because your nature tells you that the kink I mean, you know, with I'm black and I'm proud, we got to learn to be proud of kinks. Because most of your family of other black people on the earth, jet black. They didn't have no broad nose and thick lips and kinky hair. They were dark-skinned people, jet black, but they had straight hair, a thinner lip, a thinner nose. But we are marked as a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the gods, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thick lips are rejected in every society. I want you to hear me well tonight. Yes, sir. Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked with a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement of your internal self, which manifests in the disfigurement of your external self. And this is why when you look at our people, wherever we are found on the earth, you find us either disfiguring ourselves physically, because we are disfigured on the inside because of rebellion. When the Muslims were alive, I'll say it again. When the Muslims were alive, you dead as hell now on both sides.
Yes, sir, Brother Minister. Yes, we are. Yes, sir. That's real, Brother Minister. Both sides. That's real.
Wake us up, dear Apostle.
When we was alive, we set up schools.
That's right.
When we were alive, we had supermarkets.
That's right. That's right.
We owned buildings.
That's right.
We owned farmland.
That's right.
We were busy doing something, hiring our people.
That's right.
Well, I'm telling the Muslims, damn it, if you don't come alive, you will die like you are. And I will say, thank you, Allah, because if they're not doing nothing on top of the earth, let the worms eat their ass.
Them Jews didn't want to hear nothing he had to say. He gave up on them. And that's why it's written in the scripture, I know you. You are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye shall do. He was a liar from the beginning and a murderer, and he abode not in the truth, and he's the father of lies. My word has no place in you. He gave up on them. He knew he couldn't reform them devils. And I'm telling you today, we can't reform these white folks. So ain't no use in getting it in your heart and your mind that we're going to reform white people. 1 out of 1,000 they believe. But hell, why waste the time? Let God do the searching. I ain't got no time to search for no cracker that believes in him. Don't think hard of me.
No, sir.
You tender-hearted, foolish brothers and sisters of mine. Don't think hard of me.
No, sir.
What the hell do I look like? Going to them that killed Jesus, rejected Moses, rejected Muhammad and all the prophets. How the hell am I any better than they? Am I going to convert them? I'm not a damn fool. No, I'll spend my life knocking your head against the truth because I know you're going to come up. You may not like what I say, but you can't argue with me. I'll whoop your head coming and going with the truth. You just don't like me, but that's all you can say. You may not like me, but you can't argue.
All right.
Yeah, brother, telling the truth. What do I look like and what do you look like sniffling up behind some white people trying to reform them? But all the prophets have tried. And they ain't reformed none of them yet. And the few that they reform, God's mercy is over them. He will guide them. He will protect them if it pleases him. But we ain't got no time thinking about converting no white people.
That's it.
The door of mercy on them is closing. In fact, it ain't but about that big. So couldn't nothing but a spirit among them get through that crack. And if Reagan has his way, he's going to take all of them down to hell with him. And I hope he does. They deserve death, brother. They don't deserve no damn mercy. No mercy. They didn't show us none. They don't show us none today. What the hell do we look like praying to God for them? Your damn tongue should be snapped out of your throat if you open your mouth to pray for these bastards that put us in this condition. You call them bastards because they're the only illegitimate child of the original man. They are the real bastards of the planet. You don't owe them nothing. No sympathy. Whatever God do to them today, they justly deserve it for what they put on us and our fathers. Don't you think so? If you don't, get the hell out of here. Go somewhere else where they preach sympathy for them bastards. But not me. Don't pray for them. Don't ask God no mercy for them. Ask God to double the cup on them. Because it's their world that destroyed you and your baby. And it's them today that got our brothers and sisters in South Africa can't breathe. And the same bastards in South Africa is in Washington, D.C. and in Chicago, Illinois. So on Christmas night, there ain't no damn good cheer for them. Peace on earth, hell. We come with a sword. Goodwill to you. And you about to forfeit yours. Because you trifling people. Hard as hell to save. Because your heart is more for your enemy than for your own self. I was thinking about Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
Thinking about Brother Abdul Aziz Muhammad and his body.
fear.
That's right.
I don't have no army. I just know the truth. And I'm here to separate the good Jews from the satanic Jews. Yes, yes, yes! This is just the beginning, banning me from a social platform.
That's right.
I use that platform with respect.
That's right.
I never allowed those who follow me to become vile as those who speak evil of us. So I am dangerous, not to you, unless you feel that Father Pfleger's invitation to me may hurt Saint Sabina. They don't have the power to hurt Saint Sabina if you don't give them that power. I thank you for listening to me. I have not said one word of hate.
No, sir.
I do not hate Jewish people. Not one that is with me has ever committed a crime against the Jewish people, black people, white people, no matter what your color is.
That's right.
As long as you don't attack us, we don't bother you. So you met me tonight. Social media, you met me tonight. I plead with the rulers, let the truth be taught. I plead because this is the only thing that will make America not great again, make America truly great. If you allow me to tell the truth that God has revealed to his servant, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that he taught me, we can save America from her destructive fall. I'm not a misogynist.
No, sir. No, sir.
I'm not a homophobe. Don't be angry with me if I stand up on God's word. But I don't hate my brothers and sisters who have been exposed to the great deception, taking the word God is love and I love my brother. In fact, we kissed when I came up here. And this is not queer. This is straight up love. So from tonight, go home. I'm not going to ask you to let them put you in jail, what they call Facebook jail. We have a teaching about the maker of the white race. his followers were put in jail. I wonder, is it Facebook jail? And everywhere they looked, there was another one. Till all the jails got filled up. And that's when the president said, I think I better go and start a dialogue with Farronkhan. Because this false mess to give you civil rights and take it back, you owe us. And I'm here, by God's permission, to tell all of you what justice looks like. It's not a white woman, a TV show, and a nice car, and a nice home. I got all of that too. I ain't robbed nobody.
That's right.
I love you. I love you because God loves you and wants to free you from the grip of Satan, that we may build a righteous world. And Father Pfleger will be in that righteous world. You can believe it. He's a true servant of Jesus the Christ. Thank you for listening. To tell all of you what justice looks like. It's not a white woman, a TV show, and a nice car, and a nice home. I got all of that too. I ain't robbed nobody.
I believe that America can be beautiful. How can America be made beautiful? Now, family, listen. My brother Imam Wadafuddin and I have had disagreement. But his followers and mine have never given each other as much as a bloody nose. Because in spite of our differences, there's a deep love in us. We don't like the things about our nation that is not good, but I don't want to live anywhere else. I want America to be made right. I don't want to see America go the way of Rome and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah. But why won't she go that way? If the men of religion and the women of religion keep silent.